So what does a marketing agency actually do for you? They figure out who your customer is, they write your messaging, they create your content, and they distribute it. And they charge you $10, $15, $20,000 to do all that. I know because I ran a $12 million agency for Fortune 500 clients. I'm gonna show you 5 AI tools that do the exact same thing for less than $500 a month. I'll show you real results from business owners who've done this. And at the end, I'll show you why the sequence you use them in matters more than the tools themselves. Before I show you the tools, I want to show you why most people fail with their AI marketing. It's the same reason most agencies fail with your marketing. Think of it this way. It's like a combination lock. You can have the right 3 numbers in the wrong combination, lock doesn't open. Right 3 numbers, right combination, lock opens up. So the right sequence is strategy first, content second, distribution third, scaling and optimization fourth. The biggest mistake people run into is they go straight to tactics, they go straight to ads, emails, and blogs, but they haven't really nailed their ideal customer, they haven't nailed their strategy, and they wonder why their marketing fails. The agency that charges you $20,000 a month actually knows this. The difference is now you could do it yourself. With the right prompts and frameworks, ChatGPT can actually replace the strategist. They can get you absolutely clear on who your ideal customer is, the niches, where the money is, the core messaging that you're going to deliver to that ideal customer, and then the actual irresistible Alex Hormozi type offers that you can use to bring customers in. So this is a prompt I give to people in my workshop. All you're going to need is 5 things: your business name, your website address, the industry you're in, the problems you solve, and a description of your ideal customer in like 3 words. The rest will be done with the prompted framework, and in seconds, you've got your ideal customer. Everything about them, their shopping behaviors, their wants, their dreams, their limiting beliefs, their objections to purchase, everything you need to zero in and lock in with your core messaging. As an example, with my agency, I used to charge $5,000, $10,000 for this. It took 30, 60, 90 days of research. Now you can have it in minutes. Imagine if you had Don Draper himself working on your campaign. Well, we've got something called the Don Draper messaging prompt. In this prompt is a messaging platform that, again, we used to charge $20,000 for. In it, you'll have an umbrella statement, you have cold messages, warm messages, hot message, to really address all the different temperatures in your funnel: cold prospects, warm prospects, and hot prospects. In seconds, you can have this Don Draper messaging platform. And I used to charge $20,000 for my agency. I hear all the time people charge $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for the same thing you can get in minutes. All we need are 2 pieces of information. Number 1, 3 adjectives that describe your business. How do you want to be perceived? Do you want to be perceived as professional, competent, thorough? Add that to the prompt. Second, upload some proof points. Are you a doctor, an attorney, a lawyer? Do you have some logo clients that you want to share? Anything that can establish authority, add a couple of pieces of information like that, and voila, in minutes, you've got a beautiful messaging platform that addresses all temperatures in your funnel, all types of customers in your funnel. This is just a small slice of what you could do. There's so much more, but instead of it costing you $20,000 and taking you 3 months, you can get it for free or $20 a month with ChatGPT. Imagine you want to create a mind-blowing commercial for your business, but you don't want to pay a screenwriter, a videographer, a photographer, the talent. Imagine you want a beautiful commercial in minutes. You can with VO3. The hardest part is getting the videos just right. With our prompts and our frameworks, we give them to you and you have to fill out 2 pieces of information, and in minutes, you have an absolutely beautiful, spot-on commercial that's dialed into your core messaging. Forget about the videographers, forget about the scripts, forget about the script writers, forget about all the editors. You could do it yourself in minutes. In one of our workshops, a gentleman raised his hand and he said, "I've got a crew coming out next week and they're charging me $15,000 for lighting, sound, editing, talent. What can this possibly do?" I said, fill out this prompt, go through this 2-step process, and in minutes, he had his commercial in front of him. Pacific Hardwood was one of the first that created their commercials during our live workshops. Needless to say, he canceled his shoot. In minutes, he created a beautiful commercial. What was he gonna pay? $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. What he did pay, about $100 for VO3. One question I get all the time, well, can't anybody use VO3? And the answer is yes, but any monkey can go on a keyboard and start banging keys. It doesn't mean they're gonna write the great American novel. The secret to success is starting with strategy and then going to content. Once you lock in your strategy, your core messaging, your ideal customer, and using the right prompts and frameworks, you can get that beautiful result in minutes. Let's say you want user-generated content. You want content of other people talking about your business. It can be super powerful, super influential. Well, what do you have to do? Oftentimes you have to contact the influencer. You have to wait a little bit of time for them to create the content. It takes time, it takes money, it takes energy. And then when you get the content back, it's not always on message. What if you could have it on message every single time for about 20 bucks a month instantly? You can with Captions.ai. We show you exactly what to do and how to do it. What to do? We give you a prompt to generate all the scripts. How do you do it? You input the scripts into Captions.ai and you can have perfect messaging in minutes. This goes from thousands of dollars and months of waiting for content and then having to do it all over again when it's wrong to exactly how you want it for about $20 a month instantly. This is exactly what we do in our workshops. We've got car companies to do the same thing. We've got fence companies to do the same thing. Thousands of companies around the world are using Captions.ai right now. You can too in minutes. So many people say, well, I don't have time to create content. You don't have any excuse anymore. Creating content in 45 minutes in our live workshops, people are creating all their ads, emails, blogs, applications, websites, VO3 commercials, and more in about 45 minutes. The idea of you don't have any content, revisit what it actually takes. With the right prompts, the right tools, the right coaching, you can produce all this stuff in minutes. One of my heroes, a guy named Gary Vee, somebody you probably have heard of, used to charge a lot of money to one of my clients to do exactly what I'm going to walk you through right now. There's a tool called Opus Clips and Kuso.ai. These tools are simple editing clips where you can take one long form video, like this video I've got right here, and chop it into lots of micro pieces and distribute across all your social channels. In the old days, that would take an editor, take a month to do, thousands of dollars to do. Now you take a video, drop it into Opus Clips, it chops it up for you, right size for Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, branded, captioned, edited, descriptions, done, and distribute across your social platforms instantly. Opus Clips or Kuso could do that for you in minutes. For about $20 a month, you could do what used to cost $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, but you could do it yourself. Imagine you've got a lead magnet that you want to offer on your website, or imagine you have a website that you need to build. Gone are the days of waiting for 30, 60, 90 days and paying thousands of dollars for a website. My son came to me not too long ago, who's 12 years old, and said, Dad, I want to create a t-shirt company and I want to build a website. He watched one video, used lovable.dev, and in minutes he built his first fully functioning e-com website. You could do the same. With the right workflow and the right prompts, you could have your own website and your own app ready to go in minutes, not months. In our workshops, people in about 10 minutes or less will build their first website for their very first time, and their mind is absolutely blown. In one of our most recent workshops, a woman raised her hand and said, well, I'm a CFO and I don't know anything about this, but I do know we've spent $50,000 on a website that's now taken 8 months to design, redesign, edit, go back to the drawing board. When she went through our workshop, her mind was blown. She set up her strategy, and with 2 prompts, she was able to build her own website in minutes for about 20 bucks, which Lovable charges. She was able to finally build her website herself. That website is live right now. By the end of the workshop, she was ready to deploy. Something that took her $50,000, $60,000 in 8 months to do, she had done during the workshop live for pennies on the dollar. So let's add it up. You've got your strategy done. You've got your content creation done. You've got user-generated content. You're building apps and you're building websites and you're editing long-form videos. For less than a monthly coffee budget, you could replace an entire department that's more than most people's rent. Think of a combination lock. It's like the right 3 numbers and the right combination, the lock opens up. Right 3 numbers, wrong combination, the lock stays shut. The same thing is true with the Elite Marketing Method. The right combination and the right order is everything. These tools don't work correctly if they're not used in the right order. Put the strategy in place and then use the tools, everything changes. Right strategy, right tools, right prompts and framework, lock opens up, you start getting customers. That sequence is the difference between a stack of random tools and a marketing machine. Here's what nobody wants to tell you. The agency model is broken. And it's not because people are bad at marketing. It's because no one will ever understand your customer the way you do. No agency will ever sound like you, and no retainer will ever change that. These 5 tools with the right frameworks and the right sequence give you something no agency can. A marketing system that actually sounds like you, speaks to your specific customer, and costs less than what most people spend on coffee each month. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I'm never going to sit down and do all this stuff myself. Fair enough. That's what an offshore assistant is for. Everything I just showed you could be handed to an offshore assistant or someone on your team. You're not the one that needs to push all the buttons. You just need to understand what's possible so nobody can ever overcharge you again. If you want help mapping this to your business, figuring out which tools and which sequence and what your first 90 days looks like, book a free strategy call or register for our next workshop. Links down in the description. On that strategy call, I'll walk you through your customized 100-day AI implementation plan. I'll show you the exact tools to use, the offers to make, the niches to go find your best customers, and exactly how to put it all together and do it yourself. And if you find this valuable, send this to your friend who just paid a bunch of money to that agency. They'll thank you for it.